What's going on, everybody? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? Listen, this is the Intellectual Soapbox, aka Mr. Best in the World. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And today we have another edition of Conversations. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what it is. And the title, as you're about to see, is "You Can't Save Everybody." You know what I'm saying? Ooh, this gonna be a real one here. We're gonna really get into it. You know what I'm saying? Let me just get all my things situated. You know what I mean? So y'all could hear us in full effect. You know what I'm saying? And y'all can understand what's going on. We was having a little party, before we came up in here. You know what I mean? We was kind of partying now. You know what I'm saying? We was kind of partying a little bit. You know what I mean? So yeah, you know what I mean. But let me introduce Conversations itself. You know what I'm saying? Conversations herself. Okay. Let me introduce the great QB.
Hey y'all, how you doing? Hope everyone is having a lovely Tuesday evening. It's thunderstorming here and it's much needed rain, so I'm not gonna complain. We just hope it don't affect this broadcast on my end. So weather please be good to me. So anywho, I hope everyone is ready for this conversation. I've
Mm-hmm.
said before, conversations are cozy conversations, or they're the medicine you need with a spoonful of sugar. So tonight is going to be kind of that medicine you need because it's going to make us check ourselves, but not in a
Mm-hmm.
bad way. Just kind of like, okay, I need to do some things a little differently. I need to not drown while I'm trying to help other people. That's the whole concept. So we're going to be talking
Mm-hmm.
about you can't save everybody. And there are a lot of people with this savior. It's called a savior complex or white knight
Mm-hmm.
complex. And you just cannot save everybody. So yeah. So we're gonna get into that. Want to first recognize the people that's already rocking with us from the beginning, and do we have people waiting in the waiting room?
We don't have anybody in the waiting room as yet, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna come through. You know what I'm saying? They know what it is.
Okay.
But let me introduce some of the people here. You know what I'm saying? We got Chicago Gorilla. What's going on, man? Chicago Gorilla in the building. Good to see you, family. You definitely in the money for being here. Truly appreciate you. All right, all right. We also have my best friend, Quantum Love Metaphysician. She said, "Peace, everyone. Peace to you, Quantum." You know what I mean? Definitely, you in the money for being here. We definitely appreciate you. You know what I mean? We also have Brianna Cusick. She said, "The Queen."
Hey,
Hey, Brianna,
Queen.
good to see you. Good to see you. You definitely in the money for being here. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate you. You know what I mean? And we also have Frida Warren. Hey, hey, family. She says,
That's my
"I'm here."
that's my California auntie.
Hey, Auntie, what's going on? What's going on, family? Good to see you. Definitely in the money for being here. We appreciate you. So QB, definitely, definitely let us know what it means by you can't save everybody. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
So as y'all know, I like to always start out with a quote, and basically this quote says what I recently stated. Sometimes you don't realize you're actually drowning when you're trying to be someone else's anchor. And I have found myself in that position in life. I'm I've been kind of the go-to person for everybody. Quabila's understanding, Quabila's compassionate, Quabila will listen. So I can just dump all my stuff on her. Well, I don't have all the answers. And sometimes I need somebody to go to be my anchor, to help me out, to listen to me sometimes. And I have found myself emotionally, spiritually drowning because I've tried to be everything for everybody and nothing for myself. Look, so you cannot give all of you and get nothing back. You can't keep giving and don't pause and take time to refill. So, a lot of people call themselves empaths. Those people who take on everybody else's energy and everybody else's stuff. We got to find a way to block that energy sometimes and take care of yourself. This is where self care comes in as well. We're not going to get too deep into self care. We're going to talk about what it looks like, what the Savior Complex looks like, and how we can flip the switch on that thing. So, I want to ask you this, Mr. Best. Have you ever found yourself in a position where you were giving entirely too much to people, or even one person, and you're like, hold up, I'm depleting my energy source, and I don't have nothing left for me? What? And then the people you're trying to help, or person, they act like they're unappreciative, or they don't want to change. Mr. Best? Okay, maybe he stepped away for a minute. So even those of you that are in the chat, please feel free to answer that. Have you ever tried to help somebody or a person? Just think of a situation, and they act like they didn't want to change. They just were stubborn, and then you were just depleting you and your energy trying to help somebody who don't even appreciate it for that for the you know for the biggest part. So I would love to hear, what you all think of that. I'm hoping more people will come in and join the conversation, because I love to hear everybody else's feedback. So we're going to go ahead and get into what it looks like. What does a savior complex look like? How is it defined? What is a definition? So, of course, I'm always finding articles and different things to lend to the conversation. And this particular article says, always trying to save people, you might have a savior complex. Um, and what it looks like is you only feel good about yourself when you're helping others. You believe helping others is your purpose. You expand so much energy trying to fix others that you end up burning out. So I want to talk about the first one. Why do you feel good about yourself when you're helping? Like some people say, I feel like my purpose is, oh, I love helping people. I'm here to help people. But help people how? Are you here to walk them through every situation in their life, hold their hand like they're a toddler? Or are you just here to coach them and give them the tools they need to figure some things out on their own, to problem solve on their own? So, yeah, I would love to hear from you all on that as well. Mr. Best, are you back with us?
Yes, I am.
All right, so I want to ask you, have you ever found yourself in a situation, whether it was some people or one person, you felt like you tried so hard to help them and they didn't appreciate it and they didn't want to change? They showed no signs of wanting to
Whew.
change.
Oh man. Wow. I got a lot of stories with that. Boy, oh boy. I mean, a lot of times it's just life. A lot of times you could be there for someone, and that's been countless times, and I've tried to be there, and I've tried to support them. But I'll give one story. There was one story where I had, a person I was really close to. They was a friend of mine. I had, we were in a living situation together, and I was really trying to make sure that they were, when they came to me, they literally had like nowhere else to go. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like they had, they basically came with, like a trash bag. You know what I mean,
Oh,
with their clothes in it, because whatever situation they had, told them they had to, to kick them out. Now this was actually my very first apartment as a man, right? My very first apartment as a man, and I decided to let them in, and oh boy, was that a mistake, man!
okay.
They turned my peaceful home into a hellhole,
Oh,
and
wow.
I lived to regret it. I did, but it was a learning experience. You know what I'm saying? So I don't regret it because what have I experienced, but I understand that those things had to happen.
Okay.
And so, since I shared mine, I'm gonna also acknowledge what people said in the comments.
Okay.
Brianna Kruzik said, "Fortunately, we went through a hard time when my brother was struggling with addiction. My family spent time, money, energy, and attention trying to do our best to make him want to change." Oh man, sorry to hear that, family. Sorry to hear that. Hopefully, he's doing better. And we also have Marcus in the building. What's going on, Marcus? The rookie says Chicago Gorilla, Quantum Blood Metaphysician, QB is the best in the world. Shout out, salute. It just shows more of selfless act, empathy, passion, good, faithful, and hopeful character, integrity, etc. Definitely, definitely, Marcus. You definitely the money for being here. Thank you for joining the family. Appreciate you. You know what I'm saying?
Thank I want to say thank you all for sharing that. And I want to say, as there's another, what the savior complex looks like. You give so much energy to others, they end up burning. I'm sorry, y'all. You end up burning out. Like you give and give and give, and then it's like you have nothing left for yourself, and then you end up snapping on, shutting down on other people. You end up taking out that negative energy and mood and attitude out on other people who don't deserve it, because you spent so much time and energy over here trying to help someone who didn't deserve it. I'm not saying they didn't deserve it. They didn't respect it. They didn't respect you and your time and your energy. And so now you have nothing left to give. And like you're snapping and you're moody and you're, you know, so in that moment, that's when you got to shut down and take a step back. Say, okay, I got to take care of me. And that's another part of self care, but that's a whole other topic. Self care is another topic, but just put a pin in that. Um, so another thing I want to point out, the article talks about in general, people consider helpfulness a positive trait. So you might not see anything wrong with trying to save others, but there's a difference in helping and saving. And do you feel like you're at a place where you can recognize, Mr. Best, where you're actually trying to help someone versus trying to save them?
I mean, I think yeah, I can pretty much realize when I'm trying to do too much. You know what I'm saying? Um, but that takes time. You know what I mean? It takes time for you to really see that. You know what I mean? But now since I've been burnt so much, now it's like I automatically got like a radar, like
Okay.
or not even radar. Like I already got a sense of when people are either going to do me right or do me wrong. It's already there. It's innate. Like I can't help it. Like I'm just like when I see them, I see their expression, I see their body language. I'm like, oh yeah, they gonna do this, they gonna do that, and I'm always right. I'm always right. You know what I'm saying? I'm always right. You know what I'm saying? So, and we gotta be. You know, when we feel and sense those things, we gotta be cool with it. You know what I'm saying? We gotta be cool with it. We gotta take it in. You know what I'm saying? And we gotta make sure that we're not ignoring. You know what I mean? When we have that sense of when somebody's gonna do us wrong. You know what I mean? We gotta basically, see what it is, accept what they're showing you, and move forward. You know what I mean? Move forward accordingly to what they're showing you. You know what I mean? I gotta recognize my brother, the little bro, Jay Takasi. He said, "You okay, miss?" Yeah, QB's
Okay.
okay. She's all right. You know what I mean? She's
I had
holding it
just
down.
little
You know,
sinus, little
you know.
seasonal stuff going on.
Yeah. And she's doing even better that you're here. She's doing even better that you're here. She appreciates
Yes.
you. And we appreciate you. You definitely need the money for being here, brother. Appreciate you, man.
I would love for Jay to come up. He always has some wonderful insight to all the topics that we have.
Definitely,
Um,
definitely come up, bro.
so he's
Yeah.
more than welcome to join. Anyone in the audience is more than welcome to come up. You don't have to turn your camera on. You can just come up and chit chat, and and it doesn't always have to be a personal experience. It can be something you've observed. We just want to help you. We just want you to help expand the conversation because you don't know who else is listening and who else might need to hear what you have to say. Um,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't want to feel like I just know it all, and I just do a lot of reading. I just do a lot of reading, and I know a little bit about a little bit. So,
I also
um,
want to acknowledge. I'm gonna acknowledge two more things real quick. Well, actually, three more things.
okay.
Um, Gotta acknowledge. You know what I'm saying? Not the relationships itself. M3. You said, "What up, everyone? What's going on, M3?
Hey,
Good to see you. Good to
now
see you."
look, M3. We're gonna play.
Uh
We're gonna
oh.
play nice today.
Oh Lord. Oh my God. I don't know what happened with that, but amen. Brianna Cruz said, I don't understand the time, but years down the road, I realized I struggle with codependency. The more I dig into it, codependency is often found in people who have family who struggle with this. True, true.
I'm
She
glad she
said,
brought
I
that up.
she said, I learned from my atmosphere at the time that you do what you can to help the person needing the most help. True, true.
Hmm.
And lastly, she says, eventually my brother did get out of his addiction, but it wasn't until he came face to face with his consequences. Yeah,
Oh,
sometimes you got to hit rock bottom. I've been there. Sometimes you got to hit rock bottom.
oh my
Unfortunately.
gosh. So I'm glad she brought up this codependency thing. Um,
Hmm.
no concept. In some of my other reading, a lot of times we hear when people have certain issues, um, it goes back to their childhood or it goes back to a moment in their life when they experienced something traumatic or something that shifted who they were. And so for most people who have this savior complex or this white knight complex, something happened to them earlier in life and they feel like, well, I need to be for others what I didn't have for myself. And I find myself in that position sometimes when it comes to teenage girls. Um, I love talking to them. I love trying to help them along their path of life. I love trying to, also, I do love it. And I find myself, though, at times overstepping and realizing, okay, I was their age once, so I need to pull back. But it's like, I don't want them to make the same mistakes I made, you know. But you cannot wrap people in bubble wrap, and you can't shield them from making some mistakes, from tripping. You know, you have to skin your knees up a little bit every now and then in life. I just don't want anybody to, and that's my problem. I don't want people to, I don't want people to have to fall and tumble, roll down a hill, you know, break a leg. Like, I don't, if I can prevent somebody from doing that by sharing my experience, but who am I to prevent them from going through something they need to go through to help shape them into who they're going to be as they get older in life? So I'm still finding that balance for myself. So that's why I picked this topic out as well. I'm always trying to help the young girls that come to me. They call me Mama Q, Auntie Q, and they come with all their problems, all their, you know, tears and things. And I'm like, okay, let me research. I have to pause sometimes. Like, I can't give them all the answers. They're gonna have to problem solve some things on their own. But
yeah, sometimes people got to go through their own process. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You know what I mean? So that's just what it is.
And I recognize, well, all the way back to my childhood, you know, for me anyways, I didn't always have that security that I needed. I didn't always have that place to go to find answers in all of my family members. You know, it was children over here, adults over here. The lines are not crossed. You know, so yeah. So for me, I recognize where my behavior comes from. And it may not be the same for everybody. But somewhere along the way, we have experienced something that makes us feel like we have to then turn into the savior for somebody else. And that can be harmful to us to a degree.
Well, let me bring. We have somebody at the door. Okay,
come on in the room.
I got my door fixed finally.
Yes, no more squeaking.
I had to do it because, you know, during the season finale, it broke my door and non relationships and all that. It was crazy, man. It was bad, you know. But let me open the door for this brother. We definitely appreciate him. We definitely got a lot of love for him. We definitely love him. You know, open the door for my brother, Jay Takashi. What's going on, bro? Good to see you.
Hi, Jay.
How you guys doing?
I'm wonderful. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing fine. I just got back from the gym and I just got my food out of the oven. And I can't be on too long because I'm going to do my stream. Me and Marcus are going to do a stream in about 15 minutes.
Okay.
But I want to show support to Mr. Jones here. So, you know, of course, my man 84. And I want to add the topic. And I'm glad to know you're doing okay, man. So I'm glad to know silences. My father has the same thing.
It's just like right in here. Yeah. So,
I know.
So I want you to go ahead and share your thoughts and views and experiences about having that savior complex. You know, feeling the need to want to save and help everybody, and then you end up burning yourself out.
And the thing is, I came across a stream like 5 years ago that spoke specifically on this, where it's like, you know, your moral obligation doesn't end simply because somebody disregards your advice. You can help anyone in any situation, but the difference is you have to understand that you have to take care of yourself also. And I understand we have mothers and fathers who are very sick and we love them very much. We want to help them out. I think I'll say this: in your immediate circle, you should help as much as you can. I'll say that. Like I said, when I say as much as you can, what your body allows you to do.
Okay.
Don't overextend it to put yourself at risk to be sick, of course. And, you know, and I know, I'll be honest, I think it on both sides is stubbornness, because one side, your mother be like, oh, you know, leave me, son, I got it in here. And then on the other hand, you'll be tell your mother, like, well, you stubborn, mom. Like, yes, so is you, because you don't want to leave me alone, because you're worried I might hurt myself. I mean, it's just, it's a sense of caring, but also you understand that you love that person and you want to help them as much as possible, but at the same time, your own health is at risk as well because you're doing too much. I did too much at one point, and I realized I had to slow it down. Well, my aunt was sick. I didn't. I came over to help, did what I could so I could just minimize things that she could take care of and do, and I did it. I helped her out, but at the same time, it was grilling on me because I had to juggle other responsibilities I had to get done at the time, and with that being said, it took a toll on me. So I had to balance out days, like she said, don't come every day, just come every once in every, like, I would say 2 days in the week. So you get me out with important stuff, and I'm like, yeah, help you out with the important stuff, and help you out with the important stuff, and then after that, we get that done, then I should be good.
Okay.
I would the extra they come in the second day within the week. That's just to make sure if I need anything extra, just to get groceries or whatever. I'm like, yeah, I got you. I'll knock that out. Like
Okay.
what? Just this week, I have to help a friend out because he says it's important because he needs to get some stuff in the city done.
Okay.
So I'm gonna help him out because I told him only call me in terms of emergencies, and I'm like, okay, it's an emergency, I'll help you out. I'll let you know what day off I'm not next, and then that day off I'll call you. You get ready. We'll get this done early as heck. I can't hang out with you afterwards, but because I gotta take care of my own stuff. Because I'm trying to maintain a routine, but help you as much as I possible.
Okay.
And what people don't know, I ain't heartless, trying to not help somebody. But I've always said, like I said, there's a song called "I'll Go the Extra Mile," and when that song really talks about like I'll go the extra mile for you, so you can be safe and protected, but not at the expense of me hurting myself. I'll help you, but that's for like really close loved ones. So
Okay.
hence what my story is telling you guys. Like I said, when you're doing too much, trust me, the weight of the world feels on your shoulders when you start doing that. You feel like you got so much on your plate, like you have to do everything. You actually don't have to. I used to believe that nonsense. I had to do everything because my parents took care of me, so I'm gonna take care of them in case they need help. And of course, I'm gonna help them. Can take care of me, of course, and I want to repay that favor.
Okay.
So of course I don't I can save them, but when I said you can't save everybody from making their own choices and things like that, you're right, I can't, because it's their lives, so they have to live it.
Most definitely.
Your path, like I said, your path, your road, you have to take it. I can't tell you what to do, and I'll be honest, and I don't really want to be honest, because I'm not in your body.
Okay.
I'm in mine. That's how I see it, and I say this, like I said, I think of the lesson that you should learn is you can't save, like I said, you can't save somebody drowning. If first you have to make sure you're good, because this is an analogy used in swimming when you're a lifeguard. You have to make sure that if you can't take care of yourself, then you can't save them, because they might drown you.
That's right.
So you really have to unpack that and really pay attention to what you're doing. Make sure that you're all good so that you can help the other person. Now, the title says you can't save everybody. Of course you can't. And I love how 84 put Superman in there, because that actually is the perfect person to put on there. You're not Superman. Where my stepbrother thinks he's Superman, thinking he can do everything. He's going to burn it. Part of my French is going to burn his ass out doing that.
Yeah.
Or in this case, tire yourself out too early. So like I said, so it comes to head that you really need to look out for your own health.
Real quick, everybody, I just want to give a quick shout out because I see my peoples have stepped in the building. Okay,
Good.
Okay.
You can take
definitely, definitely want to give a shout out to Big Rig Slaps and Jay Takashi. Thank you for sharing, brother. Appreciate you. He says salute to the panel people in chat. Big Rig Slaps in the building. What's going on, Big Rig? Definitely in the building. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta say, tonight on, you know what I'm saying, the you know what I mean, the home network, non-gym relationships, easily rigged, will be on tonight. Be easily rigged. They're about to give you something wonderful, man. Just stay tuned, all right? You know, we also have Princess K in the building. Says, hey everybody, hey Princess K, what's going on? Good to see you, family. Definitely in the building. Appreciate you.
And Princess K, what do you think of me with my bald head?
I like the hat too, but the hat is fire. You know
Thanks,
what I'm
man.
saying?
He over
Got
here
my-
will have his own to be live. I know. I'm coming, guys. I'm about to be over there in 5 minutes. Relax.
But
Wally says Jay over here.
I love Wally, man. Wally
It's on live to be. What's going on, Wally? Good to see you. You're definitely in the building, man. Thank you for being here, man. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad to be here. Wally, get ready, guys. Be ready in 3. Actually, be ready in 5 minutes.
Definitely. I follow airplane safe, tip on my mask health on first before trying to help anyone else. Okay. All right,
Yeah,
Princess K.
the airplanes
I'm
definitely
sorry,
tell
man.
you.
I'm sorry, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Princess K. Shout out to Big Red Slaps. And shout out to Princess K. Like, I'm sorry, that's my sister right there. She deserves to be protected by a good person.
Word.
I rarely ever say that out of my mouth. Rarely will I ever say that. That is one of the ladies right there.
She's become one of my new internet BFFs.
Got somebody else that's coming in to check in.
Okay.
All right. You know what I mean? Listen, this brother, he went. I think he did like one of his first testing lives the other day. I was trying to jump on, but I just missed him. You know what I mean? But listen, I'm definitely gonna show him some love. Mr. Wealth Talk Productions himself. Let me open the door for him. Our brother Wally. What's up, brother?
Now he's talking about you over here. He over here.
What's going on?
Hi. What's going on?
I love Wally. Don't worry, Wally. We can get it popping in 5.
So Wally, you
Thank
got something you want to add to the
Queen just sneaks
conversation?
in all the time, man.
And my queen sister, don't.
Queen's always just. I can't even ring my doorbell. She just sneaks in all the time, man. I don't get
I
this,
don't
man.
sneak in. I walk through the front door. You slipping.
Oh boy,
You slipping.
Yo, Queen, kick through the front door.
Don't you know I got keys to this castle, baby? Don't play yourself.
Look,
That's
just
right.
just close my door, okay? Thank you.
And I ain't closing it. You close it. Where your other puppies at?
Thank you.
You and M3 with
No,
them hush
M3 got the
puppies
dogs. I
barking.
don't got the dogs yet. I ain't got the
He
dogs yet. He got the
hush
dogs.
puppies. Them ain't dogs. Them a hush puppy.
What's
What's up? What's up,
What's
Jay?
going on, Queen? What's going on,
How you
Queen?
doing, sister?
Takashi? What's up, QB? I don't know who that is.
That's Wally. That's
That's
Wally.
QB.
Wally.
What's up, Wally? Wally.
I ain't gonna lie, man. Queen is the biggest, besides me, she's the biggest Zendaya supporter. So
That's
I gotta
right.
give it to her.
All day. I got y'all.
Mhm.
When I ain't busy, because you know I do have a life outside these YouTube streets.
I feel you.
I'll be running the street as besides the YouTube streets. So what we talking about? You know you can't. You can't save everybody. Let
Yes,
them burn. Let some people
Yeah.
go. Let them drown like that Titanic. I'm
God.
getting on the first boat. I'm knocking people out. You ain't jumping on my boat. I got you. I got that. I got what you need.
She said, "I'm
I'ma-
knocking people out."
I'm gonna throw some oil on the floor so you can
Oh,
flip
Lord.
and delete yourself.
Okay.
I'm done. You cannot save
Queen.
everybody. It's only a few life vests. And there are a few selective people that will get those life vests. I might go down with all the life vests. I don't
Oh,
know.
God.
Depends on what kind of day I'm having.
Wow.
I'm just saying. I have the airplane mentality. Put your mask on first and decide whether you
I'm gonna
want
have to
to help
agree with
the
on
person
that.
next to you.
Yeah.
That's
If
it.
it's an airplane instead of a boat, I agree
That's
with you on
it.
that.
Hey,
If it's
I
a
know how
boat,
to
it's something
swim. I
different.
know how to
You
swim,
can
and
actually
you
get
ain't
safe.
taking me. So if Jaws come over here, then you going first. I'm gonna cut you and let him smell your blood. You going down first.
Oh wow.
That's it.
Mhm.
If one of us gotta go, I'm cutting you. Don't get too close
She
to me.
just said, "Let them burn."
That's it. Let
That's
them
just about, let
burn.
it burn, baby.
If they don't understand stop, drop, and roll, they on their own.
All right.
Oh Lord, have mercy, y'all are a mess.
Yo, 84, everybody. Thanks for having me, guys. I gotta dip. I gotta do my own stream. Queen,
Oh,
Definitely, brother.
I will agree with you on the airplane one. If it's a boat, I won't do it. But if it's an
That's right.
airplane, I know what
That's
you're talking about. Cause we in the air. I
That's
gotta
right.
get one in.
Well, hey, I might use you as my floating device.
Oh God.
I might put you underneath me, and when I hit the ground, you going first.
What? Okay.
Alright.
See, Queen. See, I thought we was family. I didn't know. All right. No,
Jay, let them know.
hold
Let them know
on,
who you are, brother, and let them know where they can find you,
I
man.
will. I love you. First of all, shout out to Queen. She's hilarious as hell. I might go into my live just laughing. But my name is Jay Tekashi, guys. I do videos. I have my own channel, and like I said, my channel is my name right here. Shout out to Knowledge Relationships. Shout out to Miss Jones here. Shout out to Wally. Shout out to Queen. Shout out to my man 84. Be sure to like and subscribe to these guys as always. Check out our channel too. Y'all have a great night, man. I gotta get popping over here. All right, y'all take care. All right.
Thank you, Jay, man. Much love, brother. Peace out. All right. We also have the brother, Von Eric and Billy says, shalom all. Shalom to you too, brother. Much love. You definitely the money for being here. Appreciate you.
All right, so Mr. Wally, would you like to add something to the conversation before you have to dip out?
Right. So real quick, you can't save everybody. Yep, you can't save everybody because people need to start saving themselves. I mean, when you look at today's society, this mindset of saving everybody is what's really killing our society from within more than saving it. So every single moment we waste time on those that can't save themselves or they put themselves into a predicament, that's when we tend to lose. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. And have you ever found yourself in a situation where you've overextended yourself for somebody else?
Say that again?
Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you overextended yourself to try to help somebody else?
Give me an example.
Okay, have you spent too much time, money, energy, listening, being there for someone, running them around, like just going above and beyond and over that for somebody else who either they act like they wanted to change, but they didn't. They still weren't showing signs that they were changing their behavior, or they act like they didn't appreciate you. They almost expected you to do something for them.
In most cases, well, as far as for a certain person, yes.
And what was it that made you pull back and say, okay, I can't lose me in the process of trying to save them or help them?
Honestly, it's the simple fact that, for me, I see it like this. If you're gonna be where you are and you're never gonna have any development, or you constantly repeat a cycle of where you stay in of that environment and for energy for that matter, then eventually I'm gonna leave you alone.
Okay.
And I think all people eventually become into a situation amongst themselves, even myself. But even then, eventually you have to realize you got to keep moving forward.
Okay. Alrighty. So I want to talk about another concept. Well, Queen, I'm sorry. Come on in this conversation. You stated some things, and so have you ever found yourself in a situation where you just overextended yourself?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Too many times, man. But I'm done. I think the pandemic really changed my mindset on a lot.
Okay.
But it just really showed me we all isolating at home, right?
Yeah.
I know you ain't got no job, but you still too busy to call and talk.
Okay.
All right, well you just canceled yourself. I ain't gotta delete you. You deleted yourself. So yes, I have extended myself way too much, even to the point where it caused rifts. It caused rifts in between me and my significant other. So what I say is that I'm good. Like you're not gonna be able to fool on me once, boo boo the fool. But I ain't gonna be boo boo the fool too many times, or I'm a snap. So in order for me not to snap, I'm just cutting people off.
Okay.
Like you extend, you show, people take advantage of you, and they, you show that you're caring, you're giving, you're sacrificial, and they don't appreciate it, and when it's, I just watched a reel today. That's funny. This is your topic. This reel has been popping up on my Instagram, and it says, you know who your friends are, your true friends are, is when you're going through a storm and no one's around, meaning that people expose who they are when you're having a hard time. I've had some serious hard times, and I remember being in a situation where, I needed a place to stay, and this couple, I used to babysit their kids and, everything. Used to, when I was in college, and they had a whole 2 extra bedrooms, and they told me, I wasn't even asking to stay. I was just like to live there. I was like, man, can I just spend a night, a few days? Do you know what they told me? They sent me information for hotels, and they was like, they got some good rates. I was like, wow.
Wait a minute.
Wow. Yeah, it took everything in me not to put my hands on the female, but I was like, wow. So it just exposed a lot to me about how people get down, and I don't think life or anything should change your heart to give, especially if this person has given to you. So yeah, I've been used and abused, and I'm good. I don't like being violated.
Yeah.
So I'm done being violated. Nope. Yeah. I love saying nope. I am that little record recording thing that they be playing on the stream. Nope. And I be looking sideways too. I be like, you definitely ain't getting nothing. Nope.
Oh, Lord.
Let me acknowledge some of these comments up in here before I'm about to drop a little bombshell. Excuse me.
No, you can't drop no bombshell because this ain't your show.
Oh yeah, it definitely is. But yeah, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
This is QB corner.
People in relationships. Oh, hey, Princess K, you may have one there. People in relationships. Let me tell you something.
Where you at, Princess K?
Princess K did this hot intro for Mr. Arshawn Dave that I heard earlier today.
She's singing?
Fire. Okay,
she's
fire.
Singing?
That's what I'm saying. Salute to her and Arshawn Dave. Yes, she's singing, Queen. Yes, yes.
Okay.
And then non-related said the pandemic made most of y'all crazy.
It just exposed you with your fake.
All right.
Okay, let me leave him alone.
Princess K says, I was raised by my mom to go above and beyond and give, but somewhere along the way I took it too far and suffered. I refuse to be that person again. I'm not strong enough. I hear you, Princess K.
That's right.
Well, says, salute, have a great show. Thank you, brother. Thank you for stopping in. Appreciate
Princess K, the jails aren't strong enough to hold you. That's
she
why
said people say it's selfish. She also said people say it's selfish if you choose your health over others, but all actuality is loving yourself enough to know you cannot take on certain burdens. I love myself. Most definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
That's right.
Hold on, y'all. I gotta take a step because somebody is in my backyard and they shouldn't be here. So give me one moment.
It should. Okay. Knowledge and relationships is them Christians, man. Okay. Y'all have to fight outside. He said, shaking my head, them Christians, man. I don't know who he's talking about.
He's talking about himself.
He's like, they're the main ones that will say, what would Jesus do when they want your money? Oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord. Another hurt soul speaking from the broken heart.
Oh, goodness. I want to pose this question.
Yes.
Sometimes do we feel like we are attracted to... Okay, so this article talks about vulnerability. And I know we see this in a lot of shows and movies and whatever about people being attracted to trauma. They connect through trauma. So do we sometimes, without realizing in the moment, that we are connecting somebody with a sad story, and then we feel like we want to share our sad story to make them trust us, and then we try to help them, and then they abuse our help. Like it's
Mm.
a never-ending cycle.
All right,
I
I'm
just, I
gonna
just
drop. Hold on, Queen. I'm gonna drop my bombshell. Right.
no. Let me
Okay.
answer her question first.
Hold on, Queen. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Drop my
You got
bombshell. Right.
$1 million?
Now, no. I would if I had $1 million. Yeah, it would be a different stream. With that being said, I don't. Okay, I'll say this. I don't think it's the fact that you can't save everyone. I think they just don't want to be saved. Because the help is there, right? They're just refusing the help. You know what I mean? It's not the fact that they can't be saved; they just don't want to be. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
'Cause it's not our role to save anyone. There's only one savior, and we already know who that is. So that's it. You know, we are just trying to basically do our part. And then once you do your part, it's up to them then, right? The ball is in their court. It's no longer up to you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, go ahead, Queen. Go ahead and share what you have to share.
No, I don't agree. I don't agree with that though. It's not. I don't agree with the definition of saving, like the savior versus saving as supporting. So maybe the terminology is
Well,
different.
no. Well, in this article, they talk about how there's a difference in helping, but then there's a difference in like sometimes people cross that helping line and go into the savior. They feel like they gotta just meet everybody's needs, solve everybody's problems, and save them from like they're in the sinking sand. I gotta be the one to save you, but you're pulling me down in the process of me trying to pull you out. So it's kind of that situation.
Well, I do believe that you can. I do believe in cape mode, meaning that you can support and save, but I think saving is not necessarily me doing it. Saving could be I point you to someone or I provide a resource that can do it for you. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't always have to fall on you individually. So I think that's the difference. I forgot what I was going to say. I do believe in giving. I just don't believe in being used. So if I give it, if I show it, or if I make the time for it, even if I don't like you a whole lot, you know what I mean? Like I'm doing it because that's just what I do. I'm not doing it because of you necessarily deserve it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I gotta acknowledge Princess K comment real quick. She says some people feel good about helping others. Subconsciously, you feel drawn by the weakness in them.
Yes.
And it may make you feel like you're needed. To some, it's a big ego feeling. Woo.
Yes.
And then in conclusion, she says there are also people that take comfort in the knowledge that a friend is also going through struggle as much or worse. But once that friend improves and is moving up, they feel resentment. True.
Princess K always comes through with the nuggets. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the big part of it, is that you feel good about yourself. And that's another thing I read in another article. It's like you are so busy helping other people that you don't even focus on the dumpster fire in your own life. You got a whole dumpster fire over here, but someone else over here needs you, and you feel like, well, it's just gonna burn itself out. So let me go over here and help this person. You know, let me try to save them out of whatever situation they're in. You know, they feel like, well, I'm the only one that can do it. I'm the one with all the answers. No, you're not. Stop giving up all your energy and resources to people who, in turn, are just not going to be and do different. And they've shown you they're not, but you still keep going after them, and they still keep showing you the same thing. Let them be. And it's hard for us that have a compassionate heart to just let people be. But sometimes you got to just you have to. You have to pull back and fold your arms, or you're gonna end up with nothing, and then you're gonna become a mean, crabby person, and that's not. I'm sure that's not how you want to be. Because I found myself in situations like that. Like I've been mean and crabby to people who don't deserve it, but they didn't do anything. It was somebody else I tried to deal with. Anyway, yeah. So another aspect of this savior complex is, we talked about this. You try to change people. You just know it's like you have all the answers on how they can improve their life. They may listen to you, but it's going in and coming out. They're not actively doing the work. They're just listening because maybe you offer them a place to stay. Maybe you offer them a meal. Maybe you offer them a ride. So they're listening to you or they're hearing you, but they're not absorbing what you're saying. It's just a one-way transaction. So we talked about that. You always need to find a solution. People come to you, it's like they're like, what should I do? I don't know. What you think you should do? I don't know. Sometimes you have to let people problem solve for themselves. Let them talk it out and figure it out. I have people in my life that come to me, and it's hard at times, but I have to be like, well, what have you tried? What options have you explored? We'll try that and let me know how it works. Yes, it's hard. So what do y'all think? Have you found yourself just saying, no, I'm not helping, but here's a list of resources?
Yeah, I mean, at times you have to do that. You know what I mean? But it's based on the circumstance. I mean, for me, like I try to have those conversations way ahead of time, so that we don't have to even go down that path, man. So you kind of understand what my boundaries are, let you know what I am willing not to do, and then the rest is on you. You know what I mean? The rest is on you. Like I'm not gonna force anything on you. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna have to basically figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Because some people they are leeches. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes a leech can come with you with a smile, and sometimes let me say this. Some people leech onto your life, right? Because they know that you're gonna provide a lifestyle for them. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna drop another bombshell. The best people that do that, and I ain't trying to start no wars. All right, nobody beat me up. QB, don't come for me on this one. Okay. The best people that do that is women.
We do what?
The best people who leech on people to get a lifestyle that they want is women. They are the best at it. They're the best at it because women could turn on that feminine factor, that toxic femininity. It's like, oh, I didn't mean it. No, that that wasn't it. They'll act innocent or they act like everybody else is to blame, right? When it's really them that's stirring the pot. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times people fall for that. It's like, oh no, she would never do that. She's the sweetest thing. She's the nicest
gotta
thing.
be the female fault.
And she be the devil herself. You know what I'm saying?
Why gotta be the female fault?
No. I'm saying women are the best at it. You know what I'm saying?
No, we not. No, we not.
Yes, you are.
No, we not. Y'all, we neck and neck.
No, they can turn on that charm. You turn on that charm and that factor, and have everybody blind.
Don't hate.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Don't
Oh
hate
wow!
we got manipulation skills.
I didn't know Princess Kid was gonna take it there, but she did.
What does that mean? You gotta come up here and explain yourself, young lady.
I haven't heard of that before.
I ain't never heard of that.
They are Princess K. They are. Yep, exactly, Princess K. Exactly. But it's not just men who act dumb; it's people. Because here's the thing: you'll see this woman. She looks, she may be smaller, or whatever. However she does the charm, because people know how to charm. You know what I'm saying? They people know how to charm, and or they act like they're really weak. Oh, I can't lift this. Can y'all help me? Or this is too high. Can you help me, please? Like they'll do all these things, and then people just fall gullible for it. You know what I'm saying? And they'll be stirring the pot the whole time. They'll be stirring like the white girl, the white lady who's stirring the little teapot and get out. They be stirring a little teapot. They be stirring that teacup. You know what I mean? You drinking the juice, and now you all messed up. You know what I mean? So I'm telling y'all, watch who y'all live with, watch who y'all stay with. I'm telling you. I'm not just saying that, you know what I mean, just to protect women. I'm also saying that to protect men as well. You know what I mean? Just protect people. You know what I mean? So, no, it's both ends. I'm telling you, it's both ends. But yeah, women are the best at it. They are. I mean, I hands down, they are. I can't even lie on that one.
I plead the fifth. I am not a manipulator.
Nobody says you.
Okay, just checking. Because you know, I gotta put you in your place sometimes. Because you.
No, you don't. Relax.
Being out of pocket over here.
My father lives in North Carolina. I don't need anybody to do that. But
yeah. Thank you.
Now, hold on. Princess K gives a definition. Quiet queen. She says green tea, B word, is a female that acts freaking innocent in order to manipulate anyone she wants. Yup. She cries when confronted or to get what she wants. Emotional manipulation is her power. Yes. Yeah. And they he said, no, queen, just tell the truth. The queen just tell the truth. No, listen.
Where you get that definition from? Who made that up?
It's true. It's true.
I agree. I do not disagree with you. I totally agree.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, QB. I'm sorry.
I must admit, I'm guilty, but it started when I was a little girl.
Huh?
When I was a little younger, it's almost like there was something in me that wanted to get. No, I was afraid of getting in trouble, and I knew that I had a special charm about myself. I was well liked, and there were several times, I won't give details because if somebody from school ever watches this, they'll be like, but there were several times I can recount that I batted my eyes and smiled and like, no, I didn't do that. So, I mean, I can see where this definition comes from, but as I'm older, I do not act like that. I do not act like that. So, dear future husband, I do not act like that.
Not dear future husband. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, but yeah.
Okay, Princess K got another story. She said there was only one time when I tried to that, my dad whooped my behind, and so did my mom. Woo! That will get you out of that real quick. Quick. Yeah. And you know, and that's where it comes from. These people have not, the females that choose to do this, I'm not even gonna say women, the females that choose to do this, right? They do this because they have not had to face, have not had to face the consequences of their selfish decisions. Yeah. Right? And now because they have made a lifestyle of this, right? This is no longer just something that they may do here and there. No, this is their actual life, right? This is how they live their life. Once they made a lifestyle of this, right, it becomes so toxic. You know what I'm saying? It becomes so toxic, and they're just gonna keep doing it and doing. And whining. My parents did not play that. Yo, salute to your parents, Princess K. And that's why Princess K is a great woman she is, because her parents raised her to have moral standards and values, and not be out here just using people, men, women, all types of things just to get what she wants. That's a great thing. I got to bring in my next guest, all right? Definitely got to give him an introduction. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to open the door. I'm just open the door automatically for him. You know what I mean? He is, you know what I mean, knowledge and relationship itself. Then bring in a brother, M3. What's going on, brother?
What's up, Mr. Best?
What's
up, Qbilla? What's up, Queen? How you guys doing?
I'm all right.
Doing good.
So I know you got some comments. So come on with it so I can just go get in my feelings early.
Man, what's up with the hostility? You know, look, I just got like a new camera. okay? 1080
Hey,
HD, 60
nice,
frames
Looking
per
good.
second. I cook in
nice,
peace, okay?
nice,
Okay,
nice.
Queen. I mean, QB.
But you looking good in your HD.
Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh, but no, I know there are times that men and women often think differently on these, and men have a better. Men are better at not always trying to save everybody, unless you see a pretty girl and you feel like I can help change her life. I can put her in a different position in her life because she's pretty. And you want her by your side, not you in general, but I've had men. I've heard conversations from men where they got with a woman for the purpose of trying to help her, save her from a lifestyle that she wasn't ready to be saved from,
Hold on for
or
a
just
second.
way of being.
Sorry, QB. Give me about 1 second. So,
Can you hear me? Can you hear me well? You guys feel good?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
Yes.
I had to switch up my my mic because it seemed like it was picking up from the new camera. But anyways, yeah, it usually happens. I mean, look, okay, so I have a story, right? You know, don't ask me where I be putting on these stories, okay? But this is
Okay.
real life, all right? So, you know, I was on someone's panel, and there was a person who who's in love with this YouTuber. You just have like a small infatuation,
Okay.
and the guy's cashing out like $200 super chats, maybe $100 super chats. He's just all simped up, right?
Okay.
Now, the thing is, I tell most men about this. You got to get your priorities straight. Because, see, the thing is, while you're cashing out super chat to people who don't even know that you exist, and if they found out that you exist, you had an interaction, they're going to shut you down harshly. So, the thing is, the guy is living under the roof with another woman, like family member.
Okay.
You got to get your stuff together, guys, man. All right? A lot of these men, they've been too focused on the wrong type of women. And, I had to give him a consultation, man. I just told him, like, look, like, you're stuck in high school right now because that was the last play that you got. All right? I'm not going to go further in details or whatever, right? Because I'm not trying to shame the person, but I'm just trying to give an example that when you're focused on the wrong things, you forget that women are just a byproduct of your success. Focus and look, and for the women, the art of femininity, okay? The man is also your byproduct. You can retain a man when you're true in your feminine nature. I'm not talking about no pygmies, okay? I'm through with pygmy girls, all right? Most of them are fraudulent. But you want to be in your feminine frame organically. And that is how you're able to retain a man. And men, you gotta get your life and priorities in order. That is how you'll be able to attain a woman.
Okay. Mr.
Thank you, Princess
M3
K.
dropping the knowledge on us. Thank you for that. So, just other ways that we display the savior complex is that, okay, we talked about vulnerability. It's like you attract to people with trauma. You get them to open up to you so you can then try to jump in and solve all their problems. We want to try to change people. Like we feel like we know what's best for them, what they need to change. We always got to help find a solution. Like, okay, here's all the tools. Here's the whole blueprint without letting them problem solve for themselves. We make excessive personal sacrifices with time, our money, and emotional space. And our time and money, of course, are important, but that emotional one is, I think, one that we don't think about enough. Because when we start taking on other people's stuff, it affects us so deeply, that we then lash out to everybody. And I've been saying it the whole show. We take on other people's stuff and then we lash out to people who don't even deserve it, who didn't even do anything to us. It's because we're trying so hard to save this person from the house fire, and they still trying to run back in and go save mama, daddy, dog, cat, fish. And we're like, come on now, the house is burning. But they still keep running in, and then, anyway. I watched the movie. Well, it wasn't a movie, it was a 4-part series. And it was called You Don't Know Me. This boy was on trial for murder. So the short version is boy meets girl, boy girl hook up. Boy lives in the hood. All of the hood guys, drug dealers, are always picking at him. And so he has a nice job. They don't, of course. They do. They do what they do. Anyway, something happens where this girl ends up going back to her old lifestyle. The boy didn't know. He didn't know a lot about her when they hooked up. Well, he gets word where she is. He tries to go rescue her. He finds her on the street hooking. And I know that's not the word we use anymore. She's a sex worker. Anyway, so he leaves in that moment. And then he goes back and talks to his friend. They're like, go back and get her. Well, the second time he goes back to get her, she doesn't want to go. So he grabs her, put her in the car, kicking and screaming. The next morning, she's gone again because she's not ready to leave that lifestyle. So he's spent time chasing her down, money trying to buy a gun, and money trying to do this, that, and whatever. And he spent emotional energy trying to go back and get her because he loved her so much. And she just not that she didn't love him, she just wasn't feeling the same. And she was still trying to live that life because she was trying to protect the brother who was in jail. So anyway, it's a complex story. However, it took several times for him to go back and even actually shoot somebody and run somebody over for her to finally come back and stay. But it was a mess. And even after that, it was still a mess because people were still after him. But the whole point is you can do all you can do. And then people will still, again, not appreciate it. And now here you are sitting over there emotionally bankrupt. And you don't know what to do with yourself now.
That's the thing, though, family, right? At the end of the day, like, okay, here's the thing, right? You in those situations, you know what I mean? Especially once a person is showing that they want to live a certain lifestyle, you know what I mean? The best thing to do is to let them go through the motion. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to burn to learn. You know what I mean? So, she's gonna get it, and hopefully she lives to see the other side. You know what I mean? Because sometimes people don't live to see the other side. Sometimes, they'll suffer the consequence of not being here. You know what I'm saying? And or they'll suffer the consequence of getting a disease, or getting certain ailments or whatever. Trust me, I know. I've I've gone through it. I'm still going through it. So that's the thing. Sometimes you gotta burn in order to learn, man. You gotta burn in order to learn. You know what I'm saying? You can tell somebody something. You can try to do all these things. You know what I mean? And I think as well, like men, we just try to do too much, man. Look. As a man, I don't even do that. I'm not even doing all that for my parents, okay? I'm not gonna do that for really anybody else because at the end of the day, let me tell you something, right? People, look, you have to meet people at the same energy they meet you with. You know what I'm saying? If they approach you with love, you approach them with love. If they don't approach you with love, that don't mean that you approach them with hate. That just means that you love them, but you give them the room so they can grow, right? You give them the room so they can become better, and that they can become, a lot better at what they're doing. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? And hold on, y'all. I got to step away. Give me 1 second, y'all.
Okay. So I want to just bring these up. Oh,
my bad.
I just want to bring these up, and then I want y'all to talk about, like how it all affects you. We talked about this. You get burnt out. I want to talk about this from a relationship perspective. I'm not in a relationship now, but I was married. If you think of your romantic partner or brother or best friend as a tough repair project with great potential, your relationship probably isn't going to succeed. So sometimes we tend to think of people as projects versus people. Um, and then we treat them like, okay, how do I go from A to B, beginning to end, fixing them, saving them? So, Mr. M3, you're in a relationship, or even before you were in your current, marriage. Did you ever find yourself in other relationships feeling like there was one thing about this person that you can fix and save, pull them away from, like you were there, you could save them from themselves?
Yeah. When I used to be like a diehard Christian, like
Okay.
back in 2005, my whole life was about like, try to do things the righteous way and, save people's souls and all that. So most friends who I interacted with, my mission and objective was to help them to become like-minded, like myself back then. So,
Yeah.
but that was a long time ago. That was, like I said, in my um, religious days
Okay.
before I became woke.
I got you. Alrighty. Um, Queen, if you don't want to leave you out the conversation, have you ever had a moment where you treated somebody like a project versus, whatever the relationship status was?
Yeah. I don't think I meant to do it. I think I was you know how sometimes your good intentions can turn bad,
Mm-hmm.
because you can focus on what you think that person needs versus what they're showing you or telling you that they need.
Yeah.
So I think that's when support goes south, is that when you move out of the space of what you think is best. So I don't think I can't say that I ever intentionally had that focus. Oh, this is, like, oh, I'm gonna give you a makeover because this is my project. You know what I mean? Like, but I think my intentions were good, but when you don't pay attention to the cues, because even sometimes people can't communicate, hey, I don't like that, but they're showing you that they don't like it. But when you're so caught up in what you think is best or what's worked for you, you can push that off on other people.
Yeah. And I've found myself in the situations where I've had friends who I knew were dating no good. Like, the guy had a sign, no good. Just, a big flashing blinking sign, I am no good. And it's like, for whatever reason, my friends couldn't see it, or they didn't want, they saw it, but they were like, I'm gonna put my shades on and ignore it, kind of deal. And here I am giving them all this advice and steps to leave this person, do better by themselves, and this, that, and whatever. I'm literally just giving all I can. And I found myself at the point where I made a Facebook post one day. This is a couple years ago. Who is there for the person that's always there for everybody else? Like, I really found myself drowning in my own whatever. Like, I can't be the anchor for everybody, you know? And so, of course, people read your messages and they think it's something really drastic going on with you. And I'm so sorry, I'm there for you. And if you were there for me, you would just randomly say, hey, just checking on you. Well, you know what? That's my expectation. The people who call themselves your friend or who in your life, they will just randomly check on you. But you can't always expect you from other people. But that's where yeah, that's where I fall short. I expect the me from other people. Anywho, um, but when you treat people like a project, do you feel like that can really diminish your relationship? Again, it's whether it's romantic, whether it's family, whether it's just a friend. Can that over time hurt that relationship between you two?
Let me say this.
Okay.
I think, okay, I'm just gonna keep it 100 on this one, and I think this is what we have to understand. Like, and shout out to Chef Shapino for saying this. There's
Hey,
different classes, right, of people, right? Like he said, there's a warrior class, there's all different classes, right? And different ranks of people. Now, with that being said, right, I firmly believe that there's a leadership spectrum of people, right, men and women both. And the thing is, when you are a leader, right, you're able to really have empathy and sympathy on major levels, and you're able to serve and to give at a maximum level that other people just can't for whatever reason, right? You can have whatever going on in your life, but you will still be able to give your best to people no matter what. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I think that's only a few. I think there's only certain people. Not everybody can do that, right? Not everybody
yeah,
can do that. But for those of us who can do that, and who are able to do that, what we got to see is that, when we're given, that talent or that ability, of course it's gonna come. You know what I mean? With some, it's gonna come. It's gonna come with some things, some burdens. You know what I mean? It's not gonna be easy. You know what I mean? And in that, not everybody is going to partake in what you're giving, right? You can lay out a whole banquet of food, right? You can have different selections of different food, right? Not everybody's gonna take from everything that you put on the table, right? Some people may like the rice more. Some people may want the chicken. Some people may want the veggies more. Everybody's gonna pick and choose what they want more of. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if that's with food, that's also gonna be in life choices as well. You know what I'm saying? So when you're a leader, yes, there's gonna be some people who ain't gonna come in the movement, right? They're gonna say, I don't want no part of this, and it is what it is, right?
yeah,
That doesn't mean you stop doing what you're doing, right?
yeah,
You keep doing what you're doing. You keep being loving. You keep being serving. Just understand that with that person, right? They have actively chosen not to appreciate or partake in it. So you just don't do it for them,
yeah,
right? If you make a choice, right, to not appreciate something or to devalue something or not use something, then guess what? You won't have the benefits of it. You know what I mean? But that doesn't mean that you stop doing what you're doing. You never stop doing what you're doing. You know what I mean? You still got to be that airplane flying in the air. Look, that airplane gonna get to its destination. Okay. Now you could either get on the airplane, right? All right, or you can get on the bus or the ship or wherever else you want to get on, okay, or the train. But that airplane gonna go from point A to point B. It's up to you to choose to be on the plane, right?
yeah,
Because the plane's still taking off. I'm still taking off, right? It's up to you to choose if you're gonna be here or not for it. You know what I mean? So I think in helping others or trying to save others, it's up to them to choose if they want that,
yeah,
right? It's not up to us to force it, right? So I think we get irritated because we try to force something that's not there, right?
yeah,
You know what I mean? It's like if you tell somebody, "Hey, come eat," right? If you don't come eat, and now all the food gone, I told you to come eat. You sat there for 3 hours and waited, and now you want to come 3 hours later and say,
No,
"Now I
you
want to
supposed
eat."
to save me a plate.
No, I ain't doing all that. You either come eat or you ain't gonna be no food. And I done told you ain't gonna be no food if you don't come. I'm gonna tell you, hey, look, ain't gonna be no food if you don't come and get this food. Then it's up to you. Then I've done my part. You know what I'm saying? So I just
yeah.
think we just gotta do our part. Everything else falls into place. I gotta give a shout out real quick to the family. He said,
Hey,
salute family,
Daryl.
salute to you, brother. What's going on, brother Daryl Long? You definitely the money for being here. We appreciate you.
Ready? So I want to talk about switch gears a little bit. How do we overcome this savior complex? For those of us who have found ourselves in that position, or those who may still be struggling with it, riding the fence on it. We got to learn how to listen instead of acting or reacting. Just take what they say and say, okay, I hear you. And it's not that you're not sympathetic. You just cannot get directly involved. Because again, once they draw you in, it's like you get sucked into the void, and then it's hard to get out at times, depending on who the person is and what the situation is. You offer assistance, but in low pressure ways. Look, okay, here's a list of resources. Let me know what you find out. Not, well, let me make this phone call for you. No, here's a list of resources. Um, Now, if you are in a position where you can help somebody, like Queen, you mentioned a situation where the person, they was like, well, here's the hotel information versus, sure, you can stay with us for one night. That's a different situation. That was not low key, that was high key dirty, you know. Anyway, another topic. But if someone, you see someone in need, don't try to jump in and do everything for them, or they're never going to grow and learn on their own. You can only control yourself. Then you need to do some self exploration. Why do I feel the need to be somebody's savior? What is it about me that's lacking in my life that I need to help somebody else? Or what is happening in my life that I don't want to deal with and focus on? A lot of times we try to redirect, or what is it called? Well, for lack of a better word, redirect. Our mindset, we take our mind off of what we got going on to try to help somebody else. We got to put a pause on that. If you need a therapist, why am I like this? Why do I keep trying to
Oh,
fix and help everybody? Yes, sir.
gotta
So,
give it, and thank you. Hold on, I want you to keep cooking, QB. I want you to keep cooking,
well, no, I'm
right?
done. So I just want to throw those out there so everybody else can go ahead and jump on it and share their thoughts. So
Yes,
go
ma'am.
ahead.
Yes, ma'am. Gotta give a shout out to Arshawn Dave, aka Critically Drinking. To definitely can't save everyone. What up, Mr. Best? What up, man? All hail the Queen forever. Lady QB, CEO M3. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, family. You definitely the money for being here. Appreciate you. Princess K got some quotes today, man. You know what I'm
I
saying? She got
love
some
it.
quotes today. She definitely holding the chat down. Thank you, Princess K. She said, the thought of, am I loving myself? And then is this problem the other person is facing something they can fix themselves but don't want to? Or is this something out of their control?
So it's a
We
lot
gonna
of
answer
factors.
that. We gonna
It's a
answer that
lot of
question.
factors.
I'm gonna start that one.
Okay.
Because QB, I want you to cook on that one. I know you got something to say about that.
I just said it's a
With
lot of
either,
factors.
she said, with either, if they don't want to change, you can't help. It's out of their control. Then what gives you the audacity to think something they control is what you can? Okay.
Yeah.
So let's go back to the first initial thing. What are you gonna say about that, QB?
I just said there are a lot of factors in that to consider, and that's why you got to take a step back and do some self exploration. Is it a problem they can fix? Is it something I can help with? Why am I so involved? Why do I feel the need to be so involved in this person's life? You know, yeah. So, but
Mm.
I want to hear what y'all got to say.
Yeah,
I've
I
been
think if
talking
it's
a
out of
lot.
their control, yeah, I think once it's out of control, yeah, you got to take whatever steps you can to help them. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't, they're a danger to themselves and others. You know what I mean? I've been in situations like that with somebody I care about, and they're just a danger to themselves and the people around them, and they're not aware, they're not cognizant of that, and it's not really their fault. They just don't understand the severity of their actions. And when you got somebody like that, the best thing you can do, you know what I'm saying, is just be like, you know what, I'm gonna do my best to just make sure that I'm putting my best foot forward to help them. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do my part. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna make sure that they that they know that I'm here. You know what I'm saying? That they know that, all right, anything goes down, I got their back. You know what I mean? Anything goes down, like I'm here to support them. You know what I mean? I think once people know that, it definitely changes the narrative. It definitely changes everything that's going on with them. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And that's the thing. Like we have to get to the point where we are understanding that. Listen, I'm doing the best I can. But in the best that I can, sometimes it's not the fact that I'm not giving enough effort. It's just the fact that this person got a lot of stuff going on. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And in that a lot of stuff going on, they may do or say things that, I may not like. You know what I'm saying? But it's not because they want to, it's because it's out of their control. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? And that's a whole other situation that you got on your hand. You know what I mean? So we just gotta really just do our research when we're trying to help others, man. That's really the key to it all. Just do your research. You know what I mean? Do what you can. And then, once you did your research, you did what you can. The rest falls on them. You know what I mean? You did the best that you could. You know what I mean? You put your best foot forward. There's not really much you can do after that. You know what I mean? It's not really much you can do after that. So, I think that's really a big thing.
All right.
But yeah, Queen, is there anything you want to say, Queen?
You kind of lost me. I had to step away. So,
Well, let me ask
wait.
this question.
Go
What
ahead.
about domestic violence victims? That's people who are in domestic situations and they call the police, but then they keep going back to that person. That's one of I'm sorry. That's one of those situations where sometimes we tend to want to be somebody's savior. We want to get them out of the house. And they keep going back. They keep making excuses for that person. Oh, they were just having a bad day, or they didn't mean it, or whatever. So, how do we deal with people in those situations? Excuse me.
I think you're there, but you got to give them the space to make that choice to walk away. But them knowing that you're there, I think is enough. You can't force nobody to do anything, but you definitely can't make anyone leave. You can't make anyone walk away, but you can just let them know, hey, I'm here. Let me know how I can support you, and that's pretty much it. Like, I think everything else is just it's got to be their choice. So,
What about those situations where they get a arm, leg, whatever broken? They almost lose their life. Their face is disfigured. I'm sorry. They get,
That's okay.
they get some kind of disfiguration, and then it's like this person is, especially those that are near the point of they could have died in a situation. Like,
yeah.
what do we do for those people?
I mean, you're there, but once again, you can't. Unfortunately, you yourself cannot force anyone to do anything, because then they can become resentful. So I mean, you support them. You let them know that you're there. You do everything that you can do, but if it's not their decision, then it becomes your decision and it doesn't stick. That's why there's a such thing as motivational interviewing, that you deal with, especially in the field I'm in, that it's almost like you talk to them in a way to, not that you're manipulating them, you're getting them to decide what they want to do. So 9 times out of 10 it sticks. Instead of you just going, hey, QB, you need to blah, blah, blah. But if you get you to say, I need to do that. Yeah. What kind of support do you need to get that done? Like, it becomes your idea. It becomes who you are. It's just like AA, where they got to go. They got to say, hey, my name is QB and I'm an alcoholic. I mean, you have to make that affirmation. So, yeah. And it's unfortunate. I mean, you can call the cops, you can do what you need to do, but if that person continues to go back to that person, it's almost like they put the handcuffs on you and everyone around them. And only they have the key. They have to unlock the support. But the support is right there. It's like the support is standing behind the door, but they're barricading themselves in the house. I mean, I can try to kick the door in, but I ain't got superhuman strength. I wish I did.
Okay.
I'd be one bad something. I'm telling you. I would take on the world if I had superhuman strength. But that would be fun, huh? Man, I can
Oh
only
God.
imagine how
Oh
fun that
gosh.
would be. Ooh, that would be so much
Let's,
fun.
let
And
me
I
let
would
me.
have my team. It'd be Princess Pencil K, and it'd be Knuckle Dom, and we
Yeah.
would
Oh
we would
Lord.
tear this world up.
Yes,
Yeah,
y'all
thank,
would.
thank, thank God that can't happen. I got to give a shout out real quick to some family that came in the building. We got him versus her solutions, aka AR. He said, "Yo, what's up, man? Shout out to everyone. What's going on? What's going on, AR? What's going on? Good to see you. Definitely the money for being here.
All right, so
Um,
Princess K been lighting up these comments. She got
yeah,
some more.
I'm gonna acknowledge all her comments. Let me see what Princess K got cooking on here. She says, in that situation, it's one where you can fix that by leaving, but more often than not, you're too afraid to. Okay. She
Yeah.
said, in stats on that, it's better to come up with a plan for a DV survivor to leave safely and be away than tell them to leave because they won't at first go. True, true. She also
Yeah.
said domestic V is a whole thing that is both physical but also very mental. Only
Mm-hmm.
they can find it within themselves to
Mm-hmm.
go get out. Okay, okay. She also says, I've read that it can take up to 7 attempts for a
Well,
DV survivor to leave an abusive partner. Wow. And then she says, and partners of police officers are said to be exposed to DV more. Wow. That's a whole other thing. Yes, it is. How can you reach out to law enforcement when your partner is one? Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You just put them in a shelter and you get them out of the county or out of the state. That's the only way, honestly.
Yeah.
You know that I don't like her, but
Oh, snap.
Enough was a prime example of that.
Who?
Enough, Jennifer
Oh
Lopez.
yeah.
Oh,
Stay
Lord
low
have mercy.
home. But
Hey,
Enough
hey,
was,
come on. Yeah.
Oh. Dude, that movie
but,
was.
but
Now,
yeah.
I do feel like there are times, and again, I've never been in a situation, so I can only speak from my limited outside looking in experience. Like in that movie, if you can't leave for whatever reason, it's time to knuckle up. It's time to get your strength up and say, okay, I gotta fight back and show this person I am not your punching bag. And they're either going to stop hitting them or they're gonna try to kill them. Like one of us is not gonna leave on our feet. One of us gonna leave in a body bag. So I mean, let's do this. I don't know. I hate for it to get to that extreme, but unfortunately it does. But again, we're on the outside looking in. We see a loved one going through something like that, and we would just immediately want to jump in and go help them pack their stuff and save them. But you can't always save people. You can't save everybody who ain't ready. People who are drug addicts, people who are sex workers for the wrong reason, well, for anyway, people who do certain. I don't want to speak down on people who are sex workers. I mean, however, people who are in certain lifestyles, I'm just gonna say that people who live certain lifestyles, we just have to let them ride it out at times. We just can't save them. People who live in detrimental situations, people who are, I don't know, we can't save them because we end up giving so much of ourselves and get nothing in return. And then probably go right back to that situation within less than a year. And here we are, have given up so much of ourselves for nothing. So it's okay to walk away. It's okay to know that everybody is not your project. Everybody is not your responsibility. They're just not. And it's hard, but you just have to. Everybody's not your responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So anywho, I want to hear y'all's final thoughts as we get ready to round up this conversation.
Queen, go ahead. What were you thinking? Queen? Okay, I think she had to step away. QB, I'm gonna let you go ahead. You know what I mean? Then I'll close it out.
All right. So again, the title says you can't save everybody. I want to leave y'all with one more quote. Y'all know I love my quotes because I feel like they just drive the message home. Savior complex. We become obsessed with saving others when we need to save ourselves. Save yourself first. Do some self exploration and figure out why you feel the need to jump in and be everybody's life jacket, little floaty boat, dinghy boat, raft. Why you feel the need to be everybody's, oxygen machine, whatever the case. Once you figure that out, do the work on yourself and learn how to pull back. Be unapologetic about it and don't feel guilty about pulling back. Do yourself a service and pull back sometimes, because you can't give up all your time and your money and your spiritual and mental energy for somebody who don't appreciate it or who's not even going to change in the first place.
Thank you for sharing that. Yes, y'all. Listen, do what you can. Do your part, y'all. Do your part. You know what I'm saying? And then doing your part, like and subscribe, y'all.
That's right.
And if you can, leave a comment after the show. Queen, did you have any final thoughts before I close this out?
I just want to say, do you, because you can't replicate you. So you got to self-preserve, and whatever you have that you can give out, give it. Don't overextend yourself, and be careful, because don't everybody deserve your shine or your time.
Go, girl.
I'm priceless, baby. And it costs a lot to be in my presence. That's all I'm going to say.
All right,
Thank you.
Anyhow.
You like that.
Two snaps in the spin. Okay, thank you. If anything, look, everybody, like and subscribe, y'all. Okay, leave a comment at the end of the show, and definitely support. Our next show that we got coming up on our home network, Dodger Relationships, Easily Rig, will be on within an hour, I believe. Okay, or within the hour. Please, y'all, make sure that y'all like and subscribe over there. That y'all definitely come over there and definitely support us. Princess K leaving more comments. She's laughing at what Queen said. Appreciate you, Princess K. Appreciate everybody for stepping in. Jay Takashi, Wally, and 3. Thank y'all for coming through. We definitely appreciate y'all. With that being said, this is, another edition of Conversations on the Intellectual Soapbox. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Peace out, y'all. Later.
DJ.